What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Joni Mitchell. And we're going back to Clouds, 1969. Thank you again to Nicola. And the next track, if I'm remembering this correctly, I Don't Know Where I Stand. I'm intrigued by the title. Talking about where you stand is typically conceptual or indeed ideological. I suppose it could be about location and being unaware of your surroundings. But generally speaking, it's about taking a position on something and not knowing whether you feel strongly in support of something, whether you oppose it, whether you're more nuanced or ambiguous about it. So yeah, not knowing where you stand is typically a position that you're in when the circumstances are confusing or when you're emotionally or intellectually conflicted about whatever's happening or whatever might happen. So I do wonder, given that Joni songs tend to be very multifaceted and in some cases multi-part narratives, what that might mean and whether we'll get a conclusion to this sentiment or whether the feeling of being undecided or not knowing where she stands will pervade throughout the track. Let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Joni Mitchell. The track is I Don't Know Where I Stand, and it's from her 1969 album Clouds.
Funny day, looking for laughter and finding it there. Sunny day, braided wildflowers and leaves in my hair. Picked up a pencil and wrote I love you in my finest hand. Wanted to send it, but I don't know where I stand. Telephone, even the sound of your voice is still new. All alone in California and talking to you, and feeling too foolish and strange to say the words that I had planned. I guess it's too early, 'cause I don't know where I stand. Do, 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 do. Crickets call, courting their ladies in star-dappled green. Thickets tall until the morning comes up like a dream, all muted and misty, so drowsy now. I'll take what sleep I can. I know that I miss you, but I don't know where I stand. I know that I miss you, but I don't know where I stand. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
So yeah, having heard the lyrics and caught most of them, or catching most of them, I do feel like there was a notable omission from my thoughts in advance, which is to say, I don't know where I stand is in fact often used in relation to the perception or opinion or value judgment one way or the other, one way or another of another person. Meaning, not knowing where you stand on an issue is about your own consideration and ultimate decision, although even once you make a decision, you might go back on it, change your mind. But not knowing where you stand vis-a-vis someone else is, do they appreciate me? Are they in love with me? Are they just sort of toying with me? Are they actually getting over me, but I don't know? So it's about perhaps feeling that she doesn't have a sense for how the other person is regarding her in this current moment in time. Now, in practice, it does sound like she's maybe a bit undecided herself. She writes, "I love you," on a letter in her best handwriting, but then she's not sure if she should send the letter, and that may indeed be because if the other person is pulling away or is disinterested or has lost interest, then you don't necessarily want to put yourself out there even more or seem desperate. Then when she's talking on the phone, she's struggling to find the words, which I did wonder if there was a bit of conceptual play there with those melodic melismas that were not actual lyrics, just singing melody per se and not having actual words in the lines, which, if you can't think of what to say, you're trying to fill the space, you don't want it just to be dead air, so you make noises, you hum something because you don't really know the words for the situation. So I wondered if there was a bit of conceptual creativity there. But either way, it does sound like the other person's attitude is what the narrator is unsure of, but that's making her at the same time unsure of how to act or what to do or indeed what to say. So yeah, I did enjoy the reference to the other person, I think, being in California. Hello, I'm in California. Also, it does seem to be a long distance situation. If you're trying to talk on the phone or write letters, they're not in the room with you. Now, maybe that's a temporary situation, someone's away on work, or maybe they've started a relationship that is by nature long distance, and that makes assessing where you stand a more difficult task than it would be indeed if you're living in the same house, sleeping in the same bed every evening. So a lot going on in the tune, even though it's pretty short. I want to say maybe like 3.5, less than that, 3:15. So yeah, a shorter one. Again, a guitar poet type of track. You can just see her playing the guitar, and I like that rolling melody that would come in. It seemed to sort of shift at measure breaks. It came in a couple times, and I love the way that cycling guitar melody would hit when it started. And I like the slow strum ending to it and that really long vocal extension she did in the latter stages. So a cool tune. Curious to hear what people have to say about it. Let me know, and I will see you next time. Peace.